Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Thirza Ariella. I am the LSPR Communication and Business Institute Indonesia student under the supervision of Mr. Charles Bonar Sirait as my mentor and lecturer. I'm here today to talk to you about climate change issue that is very important in this urgent time. Climate change is the crisis of our time. Everybody is and was talking about climate change. The science is dense and politics could get in the way. The world leaders held meeting to talk about the climate crisis and finding the solution to slow this process. If the emission continue to rise, the entire nation will be destabilized, causing widespread of extinction of species on Earth, melting the ice on the Arctic, leaving most of the world coastal cities underwater. If the emissions continue unchecked, there is a probability to rise around 80 to 160 feet, which will occur if all the ice in the poles melted. So eventually the ocean will rise, and that's one important issue. But the real question is, how fast will it rise? The average temperature of the Earth has already increased about 1.7 degrees since the 1880. It doesn't seem much, but try to look from this perspective. The hit humans have made is estimated to be 400,000 Hiroshima atomic bombs, exploding across the planet every single day. Not only the future generation, but we are also in a big trouble. Looking at this graph, these are the level of carbon dioxide in our atmosphere over thousands of years. But if you look at the end of the graph, this took off during the Industrial Revolution. It started breaking the record in 1950 and can't find its way to stop this process. Based on the research, the human activities contributes a 95% chance to this crisis. The burning of fossil fuels such as oil and coal, which create the carbon dioxide for our daily uses in our house, our factories, airplanes, and cars. In the meantime, the global population increased 3 times in the past 70 years. All those gases released into the air, and when the sunlight gets into the atmosphere, some of the heat gets trapped and the planet gets warmer. That's what we call the greenhouse effect. The concern is not only the earth gets warmer. The main problem is the speed. The earth gets warmer faster than before. If we don't slow it down, it could cause catastrophe. You'll probably say, it's okay, I would have probably died at that point of time. No, we are already getting those effects. Floods in place that never gets floods before. A higher percentage of natural disaster is everywhere. Climate change is happening. The sea level are rising about 3 millimeters in a year, because the sea water expands and the temperatures get warmer. Melting ice sheets and glaciers also add trillions of tons of fresh water into our ocean. As an impact, people around the world have lost their home. So, if this keeps happening, more of us will lose it too. A city could be underwater within 80 years like Miami or even Osaka. All this situation is a real threat to humankind, and we are not doing enough. The worst case is that the food production will collapse, which potentially cause spiraling prices, billions starvation, which will lead to violent and mass real quick with extreme hunger spreading a chaos. So how could we cure it? In the 2016, the world leaders signed the Paris Agreement to respond to this situation. The main goal is to keep the temperature in a slower pace and reach a maximum of 2 before the year of 2100. Each country set their own target on how much carbon dioxide they emit. But after 3 years of signing the agreement, the carbon dioxide level are still going up in a fast pace. There's a lot of countries has been accused of not dealing with this agreement properly, such as China and Russia. But in the other hand, some countries are making progress, such as the India, Morocco, and Gambia. They have these massive renewable energy projects. But what is needed now is far more than that. To change these unfriendly lifestyles of ours, the way we run our world, the business, the politics, we all have to change in order to combat this situation. Everyone can do that by shifting to renewable energy, reducing the use of cars, cycle more, or use public transportation more, or even eat less meat. Best case is that we act together and begin to rapidly bring the emission levels down. Meanwhile, the major technological breakthroughs help society limit the emission and adjust to climate change. So, how could we cure this? Or how to cure this? It's all down to all of us. Change our ways and shake things up, or the climate change is going to do it for us. Thank you everyone for your time and have a great day.